Assalamu alaikum, dear students. As you already know that I am discussing the morphology of leaf, and this is the fifth lecture. I have to make short lectures. The reason is we have a net problem. We have 2G net speed here. Now it is difficult to upload the videos, so I'm trying to make short videos. This is the fifth lecture regarding leaf morphology. Now, as far as this lecture is concerned, in this lecture, I'm going to discuss the phyllotaxy. Now, phyllotaxy is simply the arrangement of leaves. Phyllotaxy is simply the arrangement of leaves on a plant. The arrangement of leaves on a plant, it is called as phyllotaxy. That means there is a different arrangement of leaves on different plants. That is the term. Phyllotaxy stands for arrangement of leaves on a plant. It is called as phyllotaxy. Now the main question here arises, why there is a need of different types of arrangements in different plants? The reason is that the main aim of phyllotaxy is that each and every leaf which is present on a plant should get maximum amount of sunlight. The only aim of phyllotaxy is that each and every leaf on a plant should get maximum sunlight so that they can perform maximum photosynthesis. That is the reason why there is different arrangement of plants. Now, as far as the types of phyllotaxy is concerned, regarding the first type, that is called as alternate phyllotaxy. Now, alternate phyllotaxy is very simple. The first point regarding alternate phyllotaxy is that you must remember in alternate phyllotaxy, there is only one leaf at each node. In alternate phyllotaxy, there is only one leaf at each node and leaves are present alternatively. This type of arrangement is present in case of mustard. This type of arrangement is present in case of sunflower as well. Now, if I make a simple diagram of alternate phyllotaxy, for example, this is a leaf which is present at this node, the next leaf, third leaf, fourth leaf, they are present alternatively. For example, these are individual leaves and these individual leaves are present alternatively. This type of arrangement, it is called as alternate phyllotaxy. Now, there is another type of phyllotaxy called as spiral. And remember, my dear students, there are some students which have confusion. We say that alternate and spiral type of phyllotaxy is same. But that is not the case. I will try to make you understand what actually spiral phyllotaxy means. Remember, in case of the spiral phyllotaxy, there is also one leaf. There is also one leaf at each node. That means it is very similar to the alternate phyllotaxy, because in alternate phyllotaxy, there was again one leaf at each node, and in spiral phyllotaxy, there is also one leaf at each node. And what is the difference between alternate and spiral phyllotaxy? Since this board, it is a two-dimensional, I cannot make a 3D diagram, so I will try to make you understand on these markers. For example, this is the first leaf. It is like this. For example, this is first leaf, one leaf at this node. In alternate phyllotaxy, the second leaf was present here, third leaf was present here, fourth leaf was present here. Now, what about the spiral phyllotaxy? In spiral phyllotaxy, if the first leaf is present at this node, second will be present at this node but on the back side. Third will be present on the left side. Fourth will be present on the front side. Fifth will be present on the right side. That means there is again one leaf at each node. If I make a diagram, the diagram on the two-dimensional board will be similar, but it is actually a three-dimensional diagram to make you understand this spiral phyllotaxy. That means there is one leaf at each node, but the problem is that the leaves turn spirally around the stem. This type of arrangement, it is called as spiral phyllotaxy. So with this we have finished with this alternate as well as spiral phyllotaxy. Now there is another type of arrangement of leaves, that is called as opposite type of arrangement. Now remember, my dear students, as far as this opposite phyllotaxy is concerned, whenever I discuss opposite phyllotaxy, in this opposite phyllotaxy, there are usually two leaves at each node. Now there are two leaves at each node. In this opposite phyllotaxy, there are two leaves at each node. Now, as far as this opposite phyllotaxy is concerned, it is of two types. One, it is opposite superposed, and next one, it is called as opposite decussate. Now, as far as this opposite superposed is concerned, the diagram is very simple. In opposite superposed, the adjacent leaf pairs are parallel to one another. In opposite superposed, the adjacent leaves are parallel to one another. For example, these are two leaves and these are two leaves, these are two leaves. The adjacent pairs, for example, this pair and this pair, or this pair and this pair, they are just parallel to each other. This type of arrangement, it is called opposite superposed. And one of the examples of opposite superposed phyllotaxy is guava. Now, what about the decussate? In decussate arrangement, in decussate or opposite decussate phyllotaxy, adjacent leaf pairs. In opposite decussate phyllotaxy, adjacent leaf pairs are perpendicular to each other. Are perpendicular to each other. That means one leaf pair makes right angle to the adjacent leaf pair. So I'm going to make a simple diagram here. I'm going to make a simple diagram here. For example, this is stem and this is one pair of leaf. It is like this. But the adjacent pair of leaf, for example, it is at this, and this adjacent pair of leaf makes an angle that is 90 degree with the lower one or the upper one. This type of arrangement, it is called as opposite decussate. Now, regarding the Whirled type of arrangement, it is present in case of ossimum. In common language, we call it as basil, which we are using in the month of Ramadan. Now, as far as this Whirled phyllotaxy is concerned, this Whirled phyllotaxy is simple. As far as this Whirled phyllotaxy is concerned, there is a crowding of leaves. There are more than two leaves. In Whirled phyllotaxy, there is presence of more than two leaves at a node, and this type of arrangement where we have the crowding of leaves and more than two leaves arising from a common point, this type of arrangement is called as Whirled arrangement. Now, regarding this phyllotaxy, I'll try to repeat it once again. And phyllotaxy, it is simply the arrangement of different types of leaves on a plant. And I told you what is the aim of this phyllotaxy. The only aim is that each and every leaf should get maximum amount of sunlight so that they can perform maximum photosynthesis. Regarding the phyllotaxy type, first one, it is the alternate, then it is spiral, then it is opposite, superposed, opposite decussate, and the last one, it is the whirled. This is all regarding the phyllotaxy. In the next lecture, I'm going to discuss the simple and compound leaf. Thank you.